the next part I'm going to talk about is how it kind of involves the lost and confusedness of Rosencrantz. And you see this on 119, where it's talking about once they find out who was in the other barrels, Hamlet's gone, and they go on saying that the barrel's gone, but where? And they go on, and then they go and say that, well, I guess we're just lucky that we're not dead. And why they I don't know why they exactly assume that they're dead, even though it's just a gone barrel. And as that dialogue goes on, they keep talking to the player about it, and they just start rambling on about how he's either dead, how they're lucky they're not dead, or that maybe the barrel's just gone for no apparent reason. And that just builds on to the overall concept of their personality during the play, of them being lost and confused throughout the whole play of it. It also builds on to how indecisive and their fear of the future they have. Something you see on page 13, or 113, when they're talking about, they start hearing music. They start hearing the music coming from the barrels, and they don't want to have anything to do with it. They don't want to go over, they don't want to find out who it is, until finally Rosencrantz decides to get up the nerve, walk over, and tap on one of the barrels. It stops for a second, and then it slowly starts to build back in. And these are just the drums. And then all of a sudden in the right barrel, the flute starts. And then the left barrel, another instrument starts. And they've heard this song throughout the whole entire play, whenever the tragedians come. Yet, they never seem to notice that it's them until they actually show up. And so, I related this to how they don't have that, they don't like to decide on what they're doing. They don't like to see what comes with the future. They try to block it out so that they don't have to deal with it, yet it keeps coming to them, and so they just have to be afraid of it. So, anybody have any questions?
So when Rosengild are talking about Hamlet's barrel being missing, could you go more into detail about that? Why do you think that they just assume that that means Hamlet's dead?
Well, the reason they assume that is because since the middle barrel's gone and they can't find Hamlet, to them he's just dead. Because to them, he's not there anymore. He's not with them. And so, since he's not with them, they're going to assume that they're dead to him.
Would that suggest that every time, like, Rosengild, they keep disappearing all over the place, so does that mean that they potentially could just be dead this whole time because they just keep disappearing, and after every single scene and everything, they're gone just as quickly and randomly as Hamlet was?
In a way, that would make sense.